Well,
Podcast.
it's podcast time.
Pod.
32. 20 away from a year.
Yep.
So,
32. What is the number 32?
Man, what isn't the number 32?
31.
It's 4 eighths. 4 times 8.
Yep.
I believe that's 32.
Yep.
Also, 8 times 4.
Yep.
That is a classic, a banger.
Yep. True.
3
That would be 8 plus 8 plus 8 plus 8. So.
times 10 plus 2.
Yep.
That's always a classic we always think about.
Yep.
Well,
Well, I mean, everyone knows this isn't a comedy podcast.
it's a stock podcast.
It's
Business.
math.
Business, calculations, science,
Math.
philosophy.
Yeah.
It's kind of like, have you ever heard of this app called Twitter?
The Everything app.
It's kind of like that.
Yep. The Everything app. It's everything.
It's the everything podcast.
It's everything and it's nothing.
At the same time.
Yep. That's why they call it X.
I think X, yeah, dude, it's the worst rebrand of all time.
Yeah,
I was talking to my brother
Twitter.
about how Elon's a fucking Dumbo.
Oh, he's a crazy man.
Yeah.
Well, I didn't think Twitter was doing that bad until apparently I looked at some of the numbers, and I didn't realize he even bought it. Like, I thought he bought it way, like, it was way more recent, but I think it was like 20, like...
Probably 3 years ago.
I thought it was like 2020 or 2019.
6 years ago?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Apparently.
It's a long ass time.
But yeah, it hasn't been doing very good since he bought it, because he took it. He bought it and took it private, because it used to be a publicly traded company.
Yeah.
But I mean, I don't know. I guess this is all theory, because that's just based off of like valuations of what other people have valued the company at. But
Sure.
like, I don't know. But it could be a tax write-off thing too. So
It could be, but I kind of fucking doubt it. My brother,
Who
I
knows?
don't know. Anytime you bring up Elon Musk in this capacity of being like, yeah, I don't think he's really that smart, or like, he's just not the guy. People will be like, oh, dude, he bought Twitter to tank it. Like, he clearly bought it to burn it to the ground, and it's like, so you're telling me as the guy who wants to run a business, bought the business knowing it would fail, for sure. And then it's like this, and then they start putting this altruist idea of no, he wanted to protect free speech. And it's like, really, the social media app that protects free speech so Kanye can claim that he's a Nazi.
yeah,
Thank goodness.
people do backflips to justify their opinions.
People do backflips for trends.
That too. They do backflips for trends. Actually, high key, there is a guy I know who does a backflip for a video every day.
Right,
It
that's
doesn't-
his whole thing.
He used to make meme content, and then he started doing backflip a day, and I don't really know why, but
Probably fucking bored.
yeah, I don't know. It's whatever, I guess.
Well, here's my question to you. If you could erase one trend from existence, what would it be and why?
One trend.
Yep.
If I could erase a trend,
Yep.
like an online trend or just a trend in general, or
And now here's the thing that I'd like to open the door to trends that have already happened. So planking was a trend.
true. Okay. So,
The trend that, and I can go first. The trend that I want to get rid of, and it was when TikTok was first popping the fuck off. People were going into grocery stores and then taking the top off of food and then doing one lick and then putting it back.
oh, that's fucked up.
Yeah, it's super fucked up.
That's really messed up.
Yeah.
I would say, okay, I would probably say public pranks.
Oh, okay.
That would probably be my trend I'd eliminate, is public pranks. Honestly, a lot of it has to do with these people who are filming content are using these public people who are out in public as unpaid actors for their skits and their bits. Just kind of okay, dude, what the fuck?
So do you think there's a line to it? Because, like, what about because then the Eric Andre show doesn't exist.
Yeah, I know. I know it doesn't exist.
But
I
that's
mean,
pretty
I guess
funny.
more of the thought is like just pay the people that are involved
Yeah.
after the fact. Be like, hey, after the fact.
So then the carbonara effect doesn't exist. The magic show.
Yeah, true.
Because that's a public prank.
Yep. Maybe
If you're
not,
being shitty.
maybe there's a line to draw with it where it's like if you're pranking like public workers, if you're pranking like people who
dude.
are like working at their job,
Mm-hmm.
like maybe that's the thing that's the trend that gets cut.
Yeah.
Because I do agree there definitely is some areas, and I don't know what they do for like the Eric Andre show or the Carbonaro effect, but either way, they should at least receive something
Mm-hmm.
from like being involved in this. They should get something of value.
They receive a contract. Just fucking sign.
Yeah.
That's about it.
Yeah, for real.
Because if like
To get
if they get pranked too hard and then they hate it, they can literally be like, "Do not put me on the show, otherwise I'm gonna fucking sue you."
yeah.
And then they can do that. In reality, I think a lot of people are just like, "Hey, I'll be on the show, but like, don't show my face." And that's kind of it's not an NDA, but it's probably a release form or something.
Yeah. That sounds right.
Yeah, or it's just like, yeah, you can use me in your footage or whatever. Yeah, I think there's definitely a line.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it depends. I think a lot of it is based on like how much money they're making, honestly.
Yeah.
How much money they're making off of it. Where is it going? Is it getting produced for TV or is it just some random guy's YouTube video?
Yeah.
That's where it is a little bit tricky as well because it is like, oh, well, it's just some random dude's YouTube video or whatever.
Yeah.
So I don't know. There's a little give and there's a little take.
I mean, I agree. To do the callback at the beginning of this with my brother, I'm just gonna not put him on blast just because like I know homie's not gonna watch this shit, but with this podcast specifically, I love the idea that I'm gonna be like 60 years old at some point, and I'm gonna be like, man, what were me and JD doing
Yeah,
back
right.
in the day?
Back in the day.
This is gonna be a meta moment for me, like 20 years later.
Yeah.
But my brother brought up so many conspiracy theories, and
Dude,
I wanna.
he is the conspiracy theory master.
Yeah, dude.
He's the master of it.
So I want to bring up some of his conspiracy theories, and then we're gonna just kind of pick it apart and see if it holds water.
Mm-hmm.
So right now, the first one that I thought was the most egregious, absolutely ridiculous, is he said that like 70% of the tap water is birth control.
Has birth control in it.
Right. Birth control.
Yeah. Yeah, dude. Because I saw literally, because we were on the phone with him while he was mentioning this, and
on a conference call.
We were on a conference call, business call. And then the next day, I see a video on TikTok of, God, he's one of the dudes that just everyone dunks on. He's like the Johnny Walker. Me and
That's not Steven Crowder.
No, he's
Not Ben Shapiro.
God, no, it's not Ben Shapiro. He is like he's a business dude. He talks about like, oh, you just gotta like own more businesses. Like he's an entrepreneur type bro.
Yeah, I'm never in that space.
Anyways, he's talking about how like women take birth control, they go to the bathroom, and then they flush the toilet. It gets brought into like wherever like a water treatment plant. The water treatment plants don't treat for the like whatever estrogen or whatever. So that leaks back into the drinking water.
Yeah.
Because it was treated and so on and so forth. And I was just like, dude, that's wild. That is a wild take.
Bro, how many hoops do you have to jump through before you start realizing you're like, I'm jumping through a lot of fucking hoops here?
Right.
To like make this true. So first of all, you're basically saying that women are causing it. So that's fun.
Yeah.
Because you know what? They haven't dealt with enough.
Gotta blame them a little bit harder.
We gotta blame women for it because fuck them.
Yeah.
And then you're also claiming that the water treatment plant isn't treating for one specific thing, which it's kind of like, okay, so you're claiming that they're not filtering the water well, basically. And then you're also just kind of saying, because, like, dude, estrogen, like, I guarantee they do tests on the water.
Well, yeah. My thought also is like, how long does the estrogen like continue to live? I mean, I don't
Right?
like. There's no way it can make it that far.
Also, okay, so we're drinking it too.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, if you take a pill or something, like a testosterone pill, like, I'm assuming you just eat it. So it's the same process as that if estrogen was just like raw in water, like your estrogen levels are gonna go up. Is that how that shit works? I
I think
doubt
that's
it.
kind of the idea they're trying to get at, but I don't think that's very like accurate.
Yeah.
Just because I feel like by that point it's died out because that's like a long ass fucking process from taking a piss, it going into the fucking mainstream
Yep.
into a water treatment plant, and then from water treatment plant to wherever it goes from there.
Yeah.
Whether that's into public city water or whatever. I don't know the process of how that works, but still, once again, it's a lot of fucking gymnastics just to get to it.
And then second one that I thought, he didn't bring this up this time, but this was when we were once again on a conference call. We were talking about stocks, business, protractors, right angled rulers.
Yep. Right angle grinders.
Yeah, right. That's a huge callback. Holy shit.
Right angle grinders.
Yeah, when you absolutely dusted me on one of the game shows here. But so there was a bridge that blew up in like Baltimore.
Yep.
The Baltimore Bridge blew up.
Did it blow up or didn't I thought a ship crashed into it or some shit like that.
Yeah, like an alien or something.
Yeah,
But my brother believes it was the government. The government decided to blow up the one of the largest ports in the whole bitch because
who knows?
Because
why not?
Oh, because.
Yeah, exactly.
I think it's quite obvious why it happened. But I'm not going to explain it to you because it should be so blatantly obvious why the government would do that. To their own port, by the way.
Well, duh.
Not a terrorist attack. But dude, I was telling this to a friend, and they were like, "Yeah, me and a lot of my buddies think that is something happened. Something
Everything
strange.
has to be a fucking conspiracy theory for some people,
dude. It really does,
which is insane. It makes me think of flat Earth people, flat Earth conspiracy theories, because I always do this whenever I see like a nature video of someone who's like using a telescope to take photos of like the moon or some like faraway planet, some shit like that. And you can like clearly see that the moon has like, it's a sphere. You could see that it's a fucking sphere because of how the light shapes it, how there's a light side and then another side has shadow. Literally anytime I see a comment or I see a video of like the moon or something like that, I'll be like, flat earthers will see this type of video and still say the earth is flat.
It's true though. So true. Oh my gosh, dude,
it's another one where like it totally like there's no way they actually believe it.
No. And then all right. And this one wasn't really a conspiracy, it was more like a take. He was saying that like all social media should be unfiltered, basically. That they shouldn't be able to like ban anything that you say or like moderate it because it violates free speech. And that was the last one where I was like, okay, so let me bring this like, similar situation that like, but in reality. So you go to Walmart and then you walk into Walmart and just start saying slurs. Like Walmart can ask you to leave and then you can also get banned from the store.
Mm-hmm.
So, and then that goes with bars too. So like, take it down to from a corporate level to like a guy. So like the guy owns the bar and then you go into his bar and you start saying, I don't know, they're turning the frogs gay, Kanye West is right or something. And then
Right.
he takes offense to that and he kicks you out of the bar and then he bans you from the bar. It's the same thing with social media.
Yeah.
You're in somebody's business using the platform. Bless you. You're using their platform. So it's up to them. It's their discretion.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's unfortunate that, like, but, like, at the same exact time, it's the internet. So if you want to go on a forum and just start spouting bullshit,
Yeah.
you can. It's now up to them if they want to moderate it or not.
Literally, that's like the best way to look at it. Because, like, you're not, like, disabled from free speech by not being able to post on social media. That is such, like, a 21st century take.
Yeah.
Where it's like, oh, okay, well, like, yeah, the only, I'm only able to, talk in public. I can't even do it on my phone.
Mm-hmm.
Like, what the fuck?
Well, and you can. That was the other problem with it. That
Yeah.
I was like, okay, well, if you want to say some crazy shit, you can go on Facebook right now and post it.
Yeah.
It just might get taken down.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like, I mean, speaking of Eric Andre, he used to post his dick a lot on Instagram.
Yeah.
He used to just full frontal nudity.
Yeah.
And, like, sometimes it would last, like, an hour or, like, not an hour, like a day.
Mm-hmm.
And so it's like, you can do it.
Mm-hmm.
It just might get taken down. So it's like, fuck, man.
Right. Yeah, it's like, well, also here's the thing is, like, social media platforms, like, children also do use these platforms.
Bars.
So
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
that is a thing. That is a
Yes.
thing that children do use these platforms.
That too.
And it's like, ultimately, when it comes down to it and you boil it all down to its minerals, it is a business. Social media platforms monetize, basically they're monetizing the things you're saying and allow you to say it to, like, a broader reach of people, like more people than if you and I are just sitting here.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I mean, it ultimately is a business. So
Yeah. And those were the three that I was like, man, that's fucking crazy.
mm-hmm.
But I have a little game show for you.
You've got a game show.
I do. Conspiracy or clickbait.
Okay, gotcha.
So I don't think this one's gonna be too tough. You should go probably. I think it's 6 for 6. So I'm gonna read a wild headline, and if you have to guess, it's either a real conspiracy theory or just me making it up.
So wait, what?
So it's either gonna be a real conspiracy,
Like, it's actually a thing?
like
Like, a real conspiracy is like,
in the sense
that's
of like
such a...
it's a known conspiracy,
Gotcha.
and then or I just made it up.
Gotcha.
Yep. So they could be off the wall. They could be, just fucking, clickbait.
Yeah.
Like
I
I'm
mean,
trying to get
that's...
you to click.
I hate to poke a hole in it, but conspiracy versus clickbait is like saying water versus water.
Yeah. Yeah, it's kind of like, is this the moon landing is fake type beat, or is this like, well, I guess the frogs are turning gay. That's a conspiracy.
Yeah.
And you could argue, that all of these are conspiracies,
Right.
because you can just make anything a conspiracy.
My thoughts exactly, but
But it's the premise of the show.
yep.
So, and speaking of number one, the moon landing was faked in a Hollywood studio.
Everyone knows that's a conspiracy. That is a conspiracy theory. It's a known conspiracy theory.
Yes, it is. I used my example in the thing, so I kind of gave that one away. But hey, man,
Yep.
that's the way she fucking goes.
Fuck it.
A town in Arizona is run entirely by a group of former child actors.
That sounds like a fake conspiracy.
Right again.
That sounds like something someone just said, fuck it, we're going to be silly.
Yep.
What
Yep.
if this was a thing?
See, now you get now that you're in the sauce, it's like now you can taste the sauce. Now you understand what I'm going with.
I mean, I get what you meant right at the beginning, but it's just kind of the wording of it.
Mm-hmm. The Denver airport is secretly the headquarters for a shadow government.
You know what? I feel like I've heard this conspiracy theory before. I'm going to say,
really?
Yeah, I feel like I've heard it before. I'm going to say it is a known conspiracy.
It is. I didn't know this one.
Yep, I've heard it. I've heard it before.
To the Denver airport?
Yep.
Why?
You're telling me.
All right, I'm gonna call my brother.
Yep, he's got all the background lore.
Hey, buddy, you ever hear about the Denver airport? And he's like, holy shit, I got a
Mhm.
story for you.
Yep.
The next one. So you're cooking.
Yep.
You're absolutely cooking. 3 for 3. A billionaire built an underground city for rich people to escape the apocalypse.
I'm gonna go with this is made up because I feel like they've made underground like tunnels
Mm-hmm.
or underground shelters, but not underground cities. So I'm gonna say it's made up.
You're right.
Yep.
And that was actually the last cool thing I think Elon Musk was on about. When I was still in favor of Elon Musk, because dude, Elon Musk's downfall is like such a crazy graph. Because like 10 years ago he was in like Marvel movies. Like people were like, "Oh man, he's like the real life Iron Man."
Mm-hmm.
And and it's like we don't know if he's a Nazi or not.
Yeah, he's on a downfall.
Yeah, it's like historical. But when he was trying to do the underground tunnels in LA,
Yeah.
that was when I was like, damn, that's a really cool idea. Like, that sounds super futuristic. And now it's just like Doge. Meme coins.
Meme coins.
Yeah, it's like, damn, bro, what the fuck happened? Birds are not real. They're government surveillance drones.
Well, I mean, it's true, but
It's a classic.
it's a conspiracy.
I mean, it's as close to the truth as we can get.
Yeah, I mean, it's the truth, but conspiracy. It is a real.
Conspiracy.
It's a conspiracy.
It's a conspiracy. 5 for 5. Can you do the queen sweep? There is a hidden 13th zodiac sign the government does not want you to know about.
Is there not 13? I could swear there's 13. But I don't know, maybe I'm wrong. I could have swore that there's 13.
I'll consult Dr. Google.
Wait a minute, what did you say?
The government is hiding the 13th zodiac sign.
Huh. I thought they introduced a 13th. Maybe not. I don't know. That sounds like something made up.
It totally is. Yeah, they're saying 12.
Oh, I don't know why I thought there was 13. But I thought there kind of already was 13. I don't know. I think it's because zodiacs just fall in the middle of the fucking month.
Dude, zodiacs are so weird.
It's like, oh yeah, all right, from like middle of March till the middle of April.
Dude, don't you call it like racism or something?
Space racism?
Space racism?
Yeah, space racism.
Oh, you're this. I don't like you.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, oh, okay.
Well, it's when someone bases your personality off the month you were born.
Yeah, and it's just like, dude, that's some bullshit.
It's like, dude, that's insane.
6 for 6.
Yep.
6 for 6.
We kicked it.
Yes,
Cool.
sir.
With that, I have a little quizlet for you. Maybe we can answer them together even.
Sure.
We can
yeah.
just ponder on it.
Yeah.
These are Mandela effects.
Yeah, I actually do want to do this one together because I have generated the list. I've erased it from my mind.
All right, cool. First one up. Does Pikachu's tail have a black tip?
God, and then you start thinking of Pikachu.
Yep.
Oh man, when was the last time I had sex with Pikachu?
Yep. I mean, I know the answer to this already. It is kind of hard to visualize. Like,
I think it's brown.
yeah, it's not actually not even a brown tip. He just has like a brown stripe, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, so I'm gonna go no.
Yeah, I'm gonna go no as well. We have on here, yeah, we just have no. Pikachu's tail never had a black tip.
Never.
Never had a black tip.
Okay, he was
Yeah.
never black.
I'm pretty sure it was just like it's a brown. If I'm remembering correctly, I'm pretty sure it's a brown stripe.
Okay.
I don't know if that's fully correct, but I remember it being brown. Here we go. Was the famous line, "Luke, I am your father," actually said in Star Wars? Let's see. Yep.
I know this one. I know this one for sure.
Yeah, I know this one's false.
Yeah, this one's bullshit.
Yeah. Apparently it's something else. It's the
It's
real
just-
line is no,
No.
I am your father.
Yeah, he just says no, I'm your father.
Yeah.
Which I don't know where we got Luke from.
Yeah.
I guess it's because he's talking to Luke.
Mm-hmm.
So then, people just kind of, it's like when we were watching the Timberwolves last night, and then out of nowhere,
Oh
the
my
announcer.
God.
So we have Julius Randle. I just want to preface this so it doesn't
Dude.
sound racist,
Yeah.
or whatever. But he just he does a putback dunk, and he's like, the big Jew, or no, he just said, oh, big Jew. And then, as we were joking about this, because, like, who the fuck says that?
It was so out of pocket.
It was so random, dude. And then we just kept saying the big Jew, which was, dude, it was so
That's
funny.
ridiculous.
The next time I meet a Julius in my real life, which I don't think has ever happened, but, I'm going to have to call him the big Jew.
The big Jew. Jesus. With that,
Yeah.
did Kit Kat ever hyphen its name? See, this is what I
No?
feel like it did. I totally feel
Wait,
like
did
it
it
did.
ever?
Yeah,
So in the history of Kit Kat, it could have?
I guess.
Geez, it's been 2 no's. So it makes me want to say yes. But I'm like thinking of a Kit Kat bar, and I'm thinking it's not hyphened.
See, I thought there maybe at one point it was, but
Nah.
apparently it hasn't. No, it's always been Kit
Kit
Kat,
Kat.
not Kit-Kat.
Dude, it almost leans itself to wanting the dash because of how the bar is.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
It's like your marketing brain takes over, and you're just like, man, that'd be kind of gas.
Yeah. Yep. It's funny. This next one, I was gonna bring this up.
Yeah.
Is it Berenstain Bears? Or wait, the question specifically says, did the Berenstain Bears used to be spelled Berenstein Bears?
So it's the Bernstein or the Berenstein?
It's the Berenstain Bears or the Berenstein Bears?
See, and they're bears, so you'd think it would have like the A, right? You think it'd be Berenstein?
No, the
I'm
historically
the timer today.
historically everyone thinks it's Berenstein,
Mm-hmm.
which is how everyone remembers it.
instead of stain.
Yep, instead
Gotcha.
of stain. Yep. And it apparently is Berenstain Bears,
Okay.
which is interesting. I mean, I don't know. Weirdly, these type of things make people think time traveling is real. Because
Mandela.
dude, there is one that is real where it is Fruit of the Loom.
Yeah.
And Fruit of the Loom even said that they never used to have a cornucopia on their t-shirts, on their anything.
Yeah.
But then someone went and found an old Fruit of the Loom shirt that had the cornucopia on it. Yep.
What?
Yeah.
Huh.
Yep.
Holy shit.
And Fruit of the Loom straight up said they never had a cornucopia.
That's fucking crazy.
So maybe it's something like that could be like a branding thing where Fruit of the Loom's been around for fucking ever.
Yeah.
It's been probably around since if I had to take a guess, like the 1920s.
Yeah, since the fruit era.
Yeah, since it's literally been around probably for 100 years. So there's people who've, multiple generations of people who have worked there and then not worked there,
Yep.
So there could be some young intern who's like, no, we never had that. And then literally it could be some 30-year-old worker who's like, no, we never had that.
Yep.
And then because that's what they're told by the brand team to say.
Literally.
And then it's like, oh, actually, well, shit. Wait a minute. We did have that apparently.
Wait, there was one special line that had the cornucopia back in the 61.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, okay, sure.
Yeah, for real.
Like, dude, if this shit was for Nike or Adidas or something, you would literally be like, oh, yeah, well, there's so many variations of the shoe. It's like, well, one of them probably has something like that.
Right. Next up, did C3PO? That's not right. CP3? Oh, wait. Maybe is it?
C3PO?
Is it C? Am I tweaking?
You're tweaking.
It is. C3PO from Star Wars. Maybe I'm thinking of Chris Paul. That's probably why. I'm thinking of Chris Paul, CP3.
Yeah, dude.
C3PO
God.
from Star Wars always have a silver leg. Did he always have a silver leg, or was he all gold? That's basically what it's asking. I'll
I think
admit
the
these are a lot harder to like visualize because we don't have a picture right in front of us.
fucking bars.
Usually, like
Bars.
when you look at like these,
Bro, I swear to God, his ass only had it was all gold.
yeah,
At least in the original, like
I
not the
could
originals.
swear it was all gold too.
Is his ass not all gold?
Um, in the original trilogy, C-3PO had one silver leg, not fully gold.
Okay, so then in like the whatever.
I think the
5,
remakes,
6, 7.
yeah.
Or no, 4, 5, 6.
Yeah, 4, 5, 6. I believe in 4, 5, 6, where they did the whatever they call it, the
Luke, I am your father. No, I am your father. Those
like,
guys.
yep. What do they call it though? There's a specific term for it. They call
Trilogy?
it like well, yeah, it's a trilogy, but it's a prequel.
Movies.
A prequel? Isn't that the right word?
Yeah.
Where it's like they have a movie here, but
In the
then they make
prequel,
the
they were
movie
gold.
afterward, but chronologically it takes place before.
Yeah, so the original trilogy wasn't the prequel.
Correct.
Yep, the original trilogy was 4, 5, 6, which is just, it's a masterclass on storytelling.
Mm-hmm.
Because why would you do that? It
Well,
sounds really silly.
Well, they didn't do that. They made the movies. They made the first 3 movies. They
Yep.
just made the first 3 movies.
Mm-hmm.
And then what they decided after the fact is they were like, "Oh shit, this is really good. How about we tell the story before as well? How about we tell the story of Anakin?"
Yeah.
That's what they're kind of doing.
So you're telling me that this
It's-
wasn't a master plan from the beginning? That
I
George
mean,
Lucas wasn't
doubt
like
it.
that?
I doubt it. I bet he made the first 3 and was like, "Yeah, these are sick." And then someone was like, we could make a lot more money off this if we made a prequel, if we told the story of Anakin. It's similar to how Harry Potter did the, what is it? The, God, what the hell? They did like the story of Dumbledore.
That it's like the Fantastic Beasts or
Yes,
whatever.
the Fantastic Beasts series. I don't know if they all follow Dumbledore, but I'm pretty sure
haven't watched
Dumbledore is
any of
very
those.
intertwined. I've watched 2 of them.
What?
And it's all right. I don't know. I didn't think it was bad, but it definitely I don't think it encapsulated Harry Potter. So
Do you want to hear some crazy shit? I've never actually seen the last movie of Harry Potter.
you've never seen Deathly Hallows Part 2?
Yep. So I've seen every other one
Damn.
except the last one.
Wow.
Ain't that some shit?
Yeah. I mean, valid. I didn't even see Deathly Hallows Part 2 until I was 18, so
Mhm.
and yeah, after I saw Deathly Hallows Part 2, I'm like, "Oh fuck. Yeah, that completes it."
So maybe I might.
You might
Man,
have to.
It's not the season, but I might just rewatch all the Harry Potters with my girlfriend.
Yeah.
I
Wouldn't
could
be
see myself doing that.
Wouldn't be the worst idea. I'm gonna do one more of these, and then we'll hop into Would You Rather's,
All right.
just based on time.
Sure.
So, was the tip of Ford's logo, the F, always connected to the O? Once again,
Oh
you
my
really
God,
need
I
a
don't
visual.
No.
It's-
Maybe.
See, I could. Yeah, I don't think it. I don't think it was, because I think they probably introduced like a cursive type beat.
That's what I was thinking.
Because I feel like that's kind of how it was, but it very well is like, dude, there's, especially in a brand's logo, like, dude, they
Mhm.
probably changed that shit up.
Literally.
Um,
Literally.
so it was not always connected, but many people remember it being separate. Wait, what? I think the wording on this is weird.
No, but many. So always connected through the O. No. So it's just no.
Yeah, it's just the following of, but many people remember it being separate. That's like, whoa, wait, what?
Yeah.
That's just what we said.
Yeah, literally.
So, yeah, I mean, it's just kind of like one of those things where it's like, I don't know. I don't really think about the Ford logo a bunch.
Well, damn, their branding isn't working.
Yeah.
That sucks.
I'm not thinking. Well, I mean, it kind of is. Build Ford tough.
Yeah, we did just watch that.
Yeah, Build Ford tough.
Yeah, we watched the Build Ford Tough documentary presented by Drewski.
Yep.
So the next
We're
segment,
here.
we're taking we're going back to the classics. It's the would you rather's. It's the what ifs. It's the what would you do in these scenarios. It's like the hypothetical questions that you think about when I don't know, you're like really high, or like you're like hanging out with a bunch of guys, and it's like, man, if Paris Hilton was here, would we all do it? And it's like,
we all do it?
probably not.
Hopefully not.
We probably wouldn't do that. Well, she's like, what, 50 now? Is it kind of sad?
Something
Paris
like that.
Hilton, Paris, come up here.
All right, come from behind the camera.
But would you rather have a personal narrator who dramatically describes everything you do, or a laugh track that plays at random moments in your life?
The laugh track or the personal narrator?
I know my answer.
I think I'm going to pick the laugh track.
It has to be.
The laugh track, one, sounds kind of funny.
Yeah.
And then two, the thing about the laugh track is it doesn't happen every time.
Mm-hmm.
But there is a part of it where it's like, what if it plays at like not times that are funny?
Oh, that has to be the thing.
Yeah.
Also, you'd feel like you're going crazy in both these
I
scenarios.
mean, yeah, it would be random moments. But also, I guess there is like, is it happening in your head? Only
Yep.
your head?
Yep.
Only your head.
That's
Okay.
what I assume.
I mean, I don't know. Like, I feel like the personal narrator, we kind of already almost have that. Like, because we all have our own, like, little voice we hear in our head.
Dude, I swear,
Of our-
I
of
think
ourselves.
some people don't.
Some people don't.
Mm-hmm.
Which is odd. But
Yeah.
there's definitely some people that don't.
Well-
I've heard of there's some people that don't.
And you're notorious for, like, if anyone's, like, different than you, you don't like them.
Yeah, I beat the fuck out of them.
Yeah.
Just like,
I hate you. To answer my question, or the question.
you know, I'm actually gonna switch. I'm gonna do the personal narrator because I
Holy
kind of
shit.
already have it.
Oh, nice.
Because I mean,
But
we
dramatically.
yeah, dramatically they become more dramatic. My inner dialogue becomes more dramatic.
And Jeremiah reached for the peanut butter.
Yep.
And then he decided to stick his penis inside of it.
I did.
Oh!
I love the idea of where it announces your next move before you even do it. And it's like,
I did.
wait, what? That's what I'm doing? No, why am I taking my pants off?
Oh no, I'm unscrewing it.
The personal narrator is just like fucking up your life.
And then Jeremiah stole $5,000 from the cashier.
And then he robbed a local convenience store.
And then Alex decided to steal several cars and try to flip them. And it's just like, oh my god. I think the laugh track would be kind of, for me, it's more about how annoying either of them are, right?
Mhm.
And the laugh track at random moments could be, I don't know, it'd be kind of funny. I'm a big old comedy guy, so the more inappropriate the laugh track would come in, honestly, the funnier it'd be.
That'd be wild.
But like, man,
Yeah.
if it was as much as like a Friends sitcom thing, because
Mhm.
like, do you know what would suck if you were like trying to be funny, and then like every time a laugh track happened, and like that would fucking suck.
Yeah, for real. You do a punchline and then there's a fucking laugh track.
Yeah, it'd feel like it would flop every time.
Mm-hmm. Well, I mean, only you can hear it, so.
True.
With that, would you rather have to fight a chicken every time you get into your car, or fight an orangutan once a year, but you get a sword?
Oh, dude, this is a story as old as time.
Yeah,
Um,
truly is.
the orangutan chicken argument has been happening for, I don't know, millennia, centuries. So every time you get in your car is fucking excessive.
Yeah, it is.
For you, it's not that bad because you don't drive that much.
Mm-mm. Dude,
But-
no way I'm gonna fight a chicken every time. Fuck that. I mean, essentially, if you have to fight a chicken, you're probably gonna end up having to kill the chicken. Unless, hear me out here, you walk in with a cage, you walk into your car with a cage, and you capture it.
It's an infinite food glitch.
And then, I mean, I actually wasn't thinking of infinite food glitch, but it could be infinite food glitch. What I was more thinking is you capture it, now you have it in a cage, it can't do shit. It's stuck in a cage. It's a chicken. Like, can't really do a whole lot in a cage. And then what you do is, on your drive-in, you let it go out the window.
So yeah, true. As the person who has destroyed thousands of chickens,
Yeah.
they can't be that hard, right?
No.
Like on
It
a
would just be
scale
annoying.
on a 1 to 10 scale, how difficult is it to kill a chicken?
Like a 1.
It's a 1?
It's a 1. It's
So then it's
definitely a
not that bad.
It's a 1. It's
Because
a 1.
what, you just like one tap? Just like you punch a chicken?
I mean, no one's punching chickens, but I mean theoretically, yeah, if you punch it in the head hard enough, it'll get kind of dumb.
Dude, if it's a fucking 1, I might be doing it because here's the thing. The orangutan.
Dude, every time you get in your car,
Well, here's the thing. So right now we're at the prime of our lives. I'm 67. You're 55.
Yep.
Like, so, but when we get older and I'm in my 80s, 90s, like, and I have
True.
to fight the orangutan yearly and it, you know, my annual orangutan, eventually it's going to win. The chicken
good
will
point.
probably never win.
Good point.
You know what I mean? Especially because, okay, so now I have a fucking chicken problem every time
Yeah.
I open my car.
Yeah. But
you-
that's
You prepare for it.
it's only your car too. Only
Really?
your car. It says get into your car.
Okay, so you can still take Ubers.
Yeah, you can get in other people's cars.
Yeah, you just
Glitch.
yeah, you do. Well, so this is why it's a good would you rather is because both of them aren't that bad. Like, okay, an orangutan once a year, but you get a sword. Here's the thing. The orangutan is just going to be faster and stronger, and it doesn't say that they're bloodthirsty, you know? But clearly it's like, all right, you're fighting them.
Mm.
I mean, I guess it doesn't say that you can't just
No.
run away.
Yeah.
You just leave the chicken in your car. You're just like, yeah, fuck it.
Yeah. You know what? I think I'm gonna pick the chicken. Just
You
because I'm
grab a net.
gonna capture it. I'm gonna capture the chicken.
Yeah, dude. Just like, I don't know. All you need is a shirt.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Put the chicken in a shirt and then you're good. But
Yeah.
the orangutan wins out over time. I don't think the chicken ever does.
Yeah. After you reach about like in your like, I think like mid 70s to 80s, that's when you're done.
Or, okay, now hear me out once again. What if we just become conceal and carry guys?
Well, I suppose, yeah.
There's nothing stopping you.
Yeah. At that point,
You know?
it says you get a sword, but like if you already packing heat, then you're
Yeah.
good. Just fucking pop a cap in the orangutan.
Oh, or, hey, okay, hear me
Is
out.
there like a whole marketing event for the orangutan thing though? Where like the whole world knows you're gonna fight an orangutan and there's like a big marketing thing for it.
You always have on Google glasses just
it's
in
like
case.
it's like a Coliseum type beat.
Yeah. Yeah, the world tunes in for your orangutan fight. So, there's several ways to deal with both of these situations. The chicken would get annoying quite quickly because I drive quite a lot. But so what if you just got really proficient with the sword?
Is it too, right? That's what I'm saying.
Because
Like,
I'm the
dude,
master of the blade.
yeah, we're already masters of the blade, so like that's my thought too, is where like, dude, you see it all the time in movies. There's old ass fucking dudes who can still fuck shit up with a sword.
And in animes.
Yeah, dude, animes too.
So, and those are like
I
basically
mean,
real
dude,
life.
also by the time you're 90, I mean, how much you really got left in you, you know?
And enough to shoot a gun.
But that's about it, maybe.
Yeah.
Shit. I guess
Maybe
it
you
depends
do want to
upon-
die by the orangutan at that age.
Yeah.
You're kind
Shit.
of fucking based.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I haven't met a lot of
Shit, yo.
90-year-olds, so I've met a few, not a ton, but I've met a few.
Actually, I've met a fuckload.
Really?
Yeah, I used to work in a hospital.
Oh yeah, true. Oh, well.
Dude.
How mobile were they?
On a scale to 1 to being in a hospital bed, they were definitely in a hospital bed.
So not very mobile.
No.
Yeah, I
But-
suppose now that I think about it, if you're 90 and in a hospital, then you're probably not very mobile.
You're honestly not having a good time.
Yeah,
Yeah.
probably at the end of the stages. So.
Hate to be the guy, but you know,
True.
shout out to Virginia.
Shout out Virginia.
Would you rather be followed everywhere by a person who mimics your actions in an exaggerated way, or have to mimic their actions instead for 1 week?
Both happen for a week.
Yeah.
Okay. Let me think here. So either I'm getting followed and they mimic me, or I'm following someone and I'm mimicking them
Mm-hmm.
for a week. Okay, gotcha.
I feel
I
like
don't know,
there's
it's a
only
good
one
question.
answer, bro.
I feel like they got to mimic me.
Right?
Yeah, because I still got to be productive.
Well, like you just can't. You can't. I mean, I guess you could just whatever call it and have the shittiest week of your life.
Yeah, it'd be a shitty use of PTO for a week.
Yeah, you could lose your job, but also like, so the magic mimic man, right? Like, you could just call the cops on him, you know, and then you could
True.
really try to make his life hell. But I guess you call the cops on this guy, and then he calls the cops on you, and then all of a sudden it's a standoff of mimic
Well,
versus you.
If he's mimicking your actions, then he calls the cops on himself.
Bars. Yeah.
It would all depend upon how you word it.
Yeah, so I'm thinking you have to pick the guy who mimics you. I remember when this question first came, and it was just like, it's forever. And I was like, you know what? It's not forever.
Yeah.
Because that just makes it so incredibly shitty. So what? You spend the rest of your life mimicking somebody?
Okay, another loophole. Kind of dark, but they mimic you. You fire the gun first.
You kill the mimic?
Kill the mimic.
Okay.
Because
He's
you
just a
fire the
guy.
gun first.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
because they just mimic your actions.
Yeah, you give him a death pill.
I guess it
and
depends
then
upon.
you eat it.
I guess it depends upon how, how the, react, how fast or how slow they mimic your actions. Because, let's say I grab this remote.
Dude.
And then they mimic me and grab a remote.
Yep.
But also, what happens if there's only one of it? So,
That's what I'm saying.
I grab a remote. What are they going to grab?
So it's an older reference, but you know Naruto?
Yeah.
Did you ever see Shikamaru? So he had shadow possession jutsu or some shit. Where basically it's like his shadow, if it touched you, now we're doing the same thing. Right? Like we're literally mimics of each other. So
Does it happen at instant speed?
No, like he would go like this, and then his shadow would like come out of the fucking ground, and then have to get to your shadow.
Okay.
That's why it's
so
called
there's
shadow possession jutsu.
There's a little time.
Yep, and you can dodge it.
I gotcha.
So, but that being said, so everyone has kunais right here, right? So he would have kunais over here. So he would grab a kunai from your stash, and then that was the whole thing, is that he could make you grab a kunai and kill yourself.
Oh, damn.
Yeah. I mean, it's Naruto, so it never worked.
Mhm.
But yeah, the threat was always there.
There was always the
He was
threat.
always like, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna fucking do it. And then it was like, some loophole, like, well, he's stronger than him. His chakra is so immense. There's no way. But yeah, I don't want to lose
Makes
a
sense.
week of my life, so I'm gonna get followed.
Yeah, I'm going to get followed too. Would you rather teleport anywhere but only once a week, or have the ability to stop time, but you can only use it for 5 minutes at a time?
Teleporting once a week is OP.
Yeah,
It's so
teleporting
sick.
does sound kind of sick. If you could stop time for 5 minutes, I mean, what are you going to really do?
See, the teleporting or the stopping time is useful if you, I don't know, think you're gonna fucking die.
I guess.
Like, that's the only time that it's like, okay, like, I don't know, a car is about to hit you on oncoming traffic, and you're just like, all right, I got 5 minutes to figure this shit out.
Well, does the teleport stack? So, if you don't use it, do they stack?
Nah.
You just
got,
have to
you got
use-
one per week.
You got one per week. Interesting.
Yeah, and then I'm just kind of assuming that I don't know, we could do it, like, if you use it, like, this day, and then you have to, the recharge is a week.
Well, dude, that's kind of fucked because also, you can only teleport one way.
You can teleport back in a week.
Exactly. You got to wait a week to teleport back, so that's kind of fucked.
Yeah, but I was thinking about it, and I was like, when would you use this, right? All right, so, like, I want to go to China, right? And I've already have my whole trip set up.
Mm.
It just cuts your fucking time like that, and then you just teleport in, like, I don't know, the lobby of the hotel.
Mm-hmm.
And then you're there. And then you enjoy your trip, and then in 1 week, you just bang. Technically, I guess that would be hella illegal. because like you wouldn't go through customs, and
Gotcha.
then you wouldn't, necessarily need a passport, but and then
Yeah.
it would never be stamped by anyone. So could be a little
Yeah,
sketchy.
yeah, that part
Could
would
be
be
a
a
little
little
fucking
sketchy.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, I never really picked one. Yeah, I'm gonna. Yeah, I'm gonna go with. Gosh, I'm really hesitant on the stop time one.
But
But
you can use it,
It really,
for 5 minutes.
there
It's pretty
really
good.
isn't. There isn't a whole lot of practicality to that.
Stopping time for 5 minutes? You can do a lot of 5 minutes. You can absolutely do a lot of
Well,
5
I mean,
minutes.
yeah,
Can you
you
go back to
can.
back? Does it say you can't?
You can only use it for 5 minutes at a time.
So I don't know.
Yeah, I just don't. It's like a click button. It's like, do you have access to the click button? Except you can't go like way forward in time.
I mean, bro, what do you? Depends what
That's
you're
what
trying
I'm
to accomplish
saying.
with
Exactly.
5 minutes.
That's what I'm saying. Like, you can't really do a whole
Are
lot.
you an evil person? Are you gonna walk into a bank and like attempt to
Oh,
steal a
I
fuckload
guess.
of money in 5 minutes?
Fuck, you could do that.
Or like,
That is a
okay,
thing
so
you
the
could do.
cops are chasing you, and then you have five. You
Yeah,
literally can
I mean,
do an
you could
infinite
be-
5 minute head start.
Yeah, you could just be a crime commit person.
Okay, so they're arresting you now. All of a
You know
sudden
what?
you're
Fuck
like,
it. We're stopping time.
yeah,
Yeah, fuck it.
I like the idea of stopping time.
Because
based.
then the teleport anywhere idea. But here's the thing about that is they would know that the money is gone. Maybe you do like a not a crazy amount. So it's not like you're stealing like $100,000, but you steal like $1,000.
Sure.
Because then your flight free.
Yeah,
Then your flight to China's free.
bars.
So
I don't think it's that bad.
yeah, I'm gonna pick the stop time for 5 minutes.
Yeah, I'm going teleporting. I just like the idea. I like the
Fair.
idea of being able to teleport, and then you just kind of playing your trips around, being there for about a week. But you'd have to be an adventurous soul.
Podcast.
That has been a podcast.
This has been The Well.
The Well, the 30-second version of The Well. Follow us on all the social medias. We're on the YouTubes. We're on the Facebooks. We're on the Instagrams. We're on the TikToks. We do short form. We do long form. We're on Spotify. We're on Apple Podcasts. If you love it, rate it. If you hate it, put it in the comments.
Yep.
But that has been The Well.
That has been The Well.
Peace.
Peace.